There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks, I'm Matt.
And I'm Bruce.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where's Wes?
I am back,
Oh,
baby.
no.
Did you miss me?
Hey, so while we're doing this podcast, this is going to be dated by the time it comes out, but Bruce didn't know Norm Macdonald died. And to be fair, he's been working all day, so...
Yeah. I came in and I was like, oh, look, my brother Wade posted some funny clips about Norm Macdonald on Facebook. Isn't that funny? Because Norm Macdonald's hilarious. And he's like, yeah, we probably ought to cover Norm Macdonald. And I'm like...
Why? Yeah, come out with a new movie?
Well, why? I didn't watch the clips, and I just thought they, I remember them, but they were funny. But something going on.
Actually, I think Norm Macdonald was the last person that I was still watching on Saturday Night Live, like the person that kept me tuned in. And when he left, I was like, I think I'm done. I mean, there were some other people there, but I was like, I really thought Norm Macdonald was hilarious. And who was it? Was it Chevy Chase that said he thought Norm Macdonald was the only person after him that did it right?
He was pretty good.
Yeah,
you go back and
but
watch.
Chevy Chase wasn't impressed with Dennis Miller or anyone else that did it for years, but he thought Norm Macdonald was the only one who did it right.
Norm Macdonald cut to the hard truths and was hilarious at doing it.
I mean, he was funny as Burt Reynolds. Just great as Burt Reynolds. I mean, Burt Reynolds probably his best impression. And he did some stuff here and there, but his mainstay was the Weekend Report, and he did it like a pro.
Yeah.
He just did it awesome. And we were talking about this.
He did it not the way they wanted him to do it.
Whatever Michael Lawrence said, don't make any more jokes. He went, right, no more jokes. And then he go out there and make another OJ or Michael Jackson joke. And he just had to. He had to rub it in, and eventually got cut. I bet Michael Lawrence probably would say something. He probably has said something about Norm, maybe, now that he's dead. But they were talking about best movie ever, someone was saying, and to me, I mean, people named a few of his movies. He didn't have that many, but Dirty Work I thought was hilarious. I still think it's hilarious.
I do remember it being bad acting, but the jokes were just killer.
The jokes were great. It was so funny, and it was him just wanting to make a movie, and he was Norm Macdonald in it. He wasn't but that's the one where he'd say, note to self, and he'd take the little tape recorder to him and make little notes. And it was just so funny. And that was one of the, to me, that was his best one. He did Half Baked too, I think, did he? Or something else. He did, Screwed. That's what he did, right? So I saw some other ones that were okay, but that, to me, Dirty Work, I remember I bought that on VHS back in the day. I was like, man, this is... Because when we'd watch a movie at Blockbuster, if it was good, I'd go back and buy that pre-watch one for $5 or something.
You saw that in theaters.
Oh, we may have seen that in theaters. But I remember I bought it on VHS because I was like, I'm going to watch this forever. Because I remember loving that movie. It was just hilarious. So, No, this is your favorite quote. I remember what it is now. Note to self. When life is at the ultimate bottom or whatever, whenever you bottom out, there's always beer. But it was just, he had a lot of little, just jokes like that, putting it in, and it's just hilarious. But anyway, so there you go. Norm Macdonald, I always thought he was funny. Yeah. Now, some people didn't. Some didn't like his deadpan kind of humor, his wisecracking humor, but he was always funny to me.
One of the best.
He was. So anyway, we're going to talk about, first off, I can't watch What If. I just don't care. And to be fair, I never cared about a comic book either when it came out. I remember I made a joke that made Wayne, the comic book guy, fall out of his chair. It was, what if Rogue had the power of Thor, and it had Rogue in that famous first Thor poster, and he goes, oh, that's the new What If, and he read it off, and I went, well, if she did have, he said, what if Rogue had the power of Thor? And then I said, no one would buy her comic book either. And then he's like, he got really tickled, and he started laughing. He couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh, I feel witty today. I gave Wayne the man giggles there, so... That was a pretty fun moment there, but I never cared about it.
The thing is understandable. I mean, there were some gems mixed in between, but for the most part, it was always, what if things didn't happen the way that they were originally written? Then everything would have been terrible.
Yeah, basically. Everything would have been terrible. That's the thing. Be glad that the story broke this way. Be glad that Gwen Stacy never lived. because Spider-Man would have been miserable. I don't know, whatever. It's never happy ending.
No.
Why is the Watcher showing us all this? Like, so all you fans who whine and complain can shut up now. See how terrible it would have been if Bucky hadn't have died, or whatever, you know. So yeah. It just wasn't interesting. It was just like it was a one shot, you know.
Yeah, there are some good ones mixed in here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty much the same thing. It just if it would have happened this way, then everything would have been worse.
Yeah. So I wasn't ever interested in it. So you've been watching it though.
Yeah.
And
it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass on that one. I'll watch.
For the most part, it's like what if Captain America was a girl? Then she would have been awesome. And then what if Star-Lord would have been
a girl,
Black Panther? Then he would have been awesome. He would have convinced in conversation Thanos not to go about his whole genocide just by talking to him, because he's Star-Lord and he's in space. And so now Thanos is a good guy now because he sat down and talked with T'Challa instead of just trying to go do his thing.
What?
Yeah.
No.
That was kind of dumb.
That's really dumb. That's dumb. I'd rather read the comic book now.
It had some funny jokes. They used some funny jokes because of it. Because Thanos was part of basically the Guardians of the Galaxy. It was the Ravengers or whatever they called themselves, that group. And so he would always they would always throw some joke at him about promoting genocide. It's like, but the logic works. But at the same time, it was just like, it's like this. What if is like everything would have been better if we would have made the change, basically. Well, except for the zombie one. The zombie one was kind of fun because they did a Marvel zombie.
Marvel zombies.
It was when Hank Pym went to rescue his wife.
Yeah.
But she got infected in the quantum verse and so it brought the zombie virus. And it spread around, and it starts off with when Bruce Banner returns, as the herald of Thanos coming from the beginning of Infinity War.
Okay.
It starts with him landing, but like everybody's missing, and then he comes out and he's like, he sees the Avengers coming, but they're all zombies, and so it kind of starts there and moves off.
Is it a Hulk story?
He's not the main, because at this point the Hulk didn't want to come out.
One of the last few heroes
didn't want to come out, but it's got let me see. As far as the heroes, you got the Wasp, you've got Spider-Man.
Because in Marvel Zombies, doesn't he get bit very early
in the comic book?
Yeah,
but this is different. It's based off the movies.
All right.
Doctor Strange's cape is helping him out.
Okay.
So
Doctor Strange is gone.
It was a fun story, and Ant-Man's head, voiced by Paul Rudd, and that was fun. To do something crazy.
All right.
Because he got bit, but they cut his head off to save him. And
oh boy. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'll pass on that one too.
Yeah, the Vision was of course immune because he's not human, but turns out he's been protecting Wanda, who was bit, and she's the big bad reveal at the end. Because his love, he was protecting her even though it was the problem.
Right. I still love you because the governor. He was the governor. Got it. Okay.
But it was a fun episode.
Okay. Anything? Does Brody watch these with you?
Yeah, Brody watches it. The thing is, he's wanting to go watch Clone Wars. That's kind of what he's.
That's his thing right now. You told me.
It's really kind of interesting watching. He's 14. He's about to turn 15.
Yeah.
And he's seen the movies, but it's been a couple years.
That's kind of crazy because wasn't that Liam's age when the Clone Wars was going on?
No, Liam was. They were younger than that when.
Oh wow, really?
We were watching them new with him, but Brody was. I don't really know what
Clone Wars show has legs.
I think really, with Disney Plus and Disney going to be doing the Bad Batch episodes and all that,
right?
And I think some YouTubers were talking about Clone Wars, and so that's why he wanted to start watching them.
Yeah,
I knew I was going to have time to watch them all with him, so I was like, "Go ahead, watch them when you catch up to the current episodes." We'll watch I haven't seen the new version of the final season where they finished it, so I said catch up and then we'll watch that together, and we'll watch the Bad Batch, the new show.
All right.
And so he's been working on that. We just caught up. We just started watching the redone episodes, which were some of them are the what did they call them? The lost episodes.
Lost episodes, unfinished. Yeah.
So we're kind of watching those right now. But it's been interesting watching him because he is watching Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And as they make references to movies, he's finding out where those references are coming from by following people online, and then he's going and watching the movie that the episode is referring to. So he's coming at Star Wars as a Clone Wars fan, wanting to watch the movies, but as it relates to Clone Wars. And it's very different and interesting.
Wow.
Watching the movies out of order.
Well, I want to watch Attack of the Clones now. Yeah. Not forget the other movies.
His current favorite character in all of Star Wars is now Palpatine.
Okay.
He loves Palpatine. He wanted to know Palpatine books or whatever. And I was like, Darth Plagueis, which is going to be his first book to read. But I was like, but you need to at least watch, make sure
episode 1.
Watch make sure you watch all the prequels
because Palpatine's in episode 1 and 3. So
it kind of ties in directly to the book. So,
right.
I was like, just watch those. Just make sure you get to those, and so he'll be reading that book soon.
Oh, look at that! Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you.
Interesting. It's a different take on Star Wars from what I'm used to, but hey.
All right.
It's not his daddy's Star Wars.
What's Annabelle watching? Is she
What is she watching? We started watching The Office.
Okay, so we're moving on. Moving on with that one and everything. So it's nice to have someone watching something you like watching. I guess you like watching The Office too.
Yeah, I do. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, there you go. Funny stuff, huh?
Very
good. Good. So you wanted to talk about another little thing you saw in theaters?
The only thing I've seen in theaters recently.
The only thing I've seen in theaters this year is Quiet Place 2.
I saw that.
That's it. I haven't seen a single other movie, and I looked just the other day to say, what's out? Oh, nothing. Okay. There's nothing. I
do think I'm going to make time to go see Dune, but that's probably going to be it.
I mean, it's coming out. Isn't that coming out on HBO Max?
It is, but I think the theater experience might work with that one. Yeah. The trailer looks pretty epic. I think it might be best to see this one on the big screen.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to watch it on the little small screen and I should have gone.
Okay. I see. Is Ghostbusters coming out? They got pushed back.
It's supposedly coming out soon.
Okay.
I haven't seen the new trailer for it, but
I haven't seen anything for it.
There's a new trailer out.
Okay. I saw the Hawkeye trailer. You haven't seen it yet.
No.
I don't know. It happens around Christmas time. It comes out around Christmas time. So, okay. And
I look forward to it.
They sing a Holly Jolly Christmas or whatever it is throughout the whole entire. It's the one where we picked a oldie song and we're playing it throughout the trailer. Okay, it's fine. I'll watch it.
Marvel TV as a whole is a plus. You have to admit, as a whole. Well, and I like Jeremy Renner. I like the Hawkeye character. Yeah. I think he will do better served in a small adventure than the big adventure.
Well, see, I'm having ups and downs. Like WandaVision, I loved. Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then we went to Loki, which I thought was great.
Fantastic.
And that's my favorite so far.
So overall, you think it's really
good. And then I saw Black Widow.
But that's not TV. That's not
TV, and thank goodness.
TV. I've not seen that yet.
That's an awful movie.
I haven't seen it yet. When it comes out on DVD, by the time this is released, I will have seen it.
Okay. It's an awful movie. You don't even have to see it. It's terrible.
And I'm going in with those low expectations, so I'm expecting to be okay with it.
Oof. I hope you like bad CGI.
I've heard the bad spoilers.
I mean, it is.
And I would say this.
It's so bad, it's laughable.
We're going to talk about, we're heading into it.
Yeah.
Bad CGI fights.
Yeah.
We've seen this with other movies.
Yes.
From Blade to
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Goodness gracious. I was shocked that Disney even released that movie because here I was, people telling me it was better than Age of Ultron. I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I'm all for this. And it's obvious green screens. I mean, really bad blue screens and grease. I mean, like really, really bad. And in the background, it's just so fake. And then that fight with Kilgore, I was like, what is going on?
I know.
It looked like the Daredevil CGI from Matt. What's his name? Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
We've seen some bad CG and recent, like Black Panther, in the height of of special effects in movies.
Yes.
Should be looking great.
And the thing is, though, they should have taken their time on this to make it look great.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings
is bad.
No, the fights are fantastic.
Okay.
It's a mix of Jackie Chan and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, they look fantastic. Very few. You have to look for the CGI effects.
Good.
You know they're there because these are crazy,
crazy jump, flip over their heads and stuff, and
but and things going on, and he's fighting people with swords for hands and stuff, but it all looks great. The fights are really well done.
It's not a Pixar fight that we got from Kilgore and Black Panther for the last end of the movie.
No, the thing is, and also you can tell it's the actors can really do the work because the camera is sitting back, no quick cuts. It's actually showing you them do the moves.
And I get that they can be on strings and stuff, but I don't mind
that. That's probably why it looks better.
You can make it look good.
Because
you can make special effects look good.
It looks good because they don't have to do quick cuts and CGI to fix the problems. Because you're getting
dark rooms.
Yes, you're getting actors that actually can make the moves and are doing them, and it looks good. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
Shang-Chi is a lot of fun.
Okay, so you like Shang-Chi?
I did. I liked it a lot.
All right,
I think you would like it too.
Well, I mean, Megan just doesn't have a desire to see it at all, and I'll be honest, neither do I. It's another one of those D characters like Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not saying it's going to suck and whatever. I don't think that either. But I'm just like, there's no interest, but we will see it eventually.
And the thing is, it starts off with a villain who you think is just going to be a run of the mill, but it turns out it's a very deep and it's a very good villain.
Did you keep up with Shang-Chi? Did you ever buy his comic books?
I don't know about him. I've read.
Or was he kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, where you knew about them, you saw them in passing, but you never?
I've never read any of the original '70s stuff ever.
Okay.
I've read a couple limited series here and there.
The reason he was created because of famous kung fu movies were getting hot.
Yeah,
and Marvel needed to sell some comic books.
That's what Marvel did back at the time. That's why Luke Cage was blaxploitation, and then we had the horror comics of the time, were just because that was popular in Hollywood, and this was just a Bruce Lee ripoff.
Well, that's how Morbius got invented from Spider-Man.
I will say this: the Shang-Chi movie has little to do with the Shang-Chi comic book. It is Iron Fist is the story. It is. I mean, the story. Change the names, and it is Iron Fist.
Oh, that's sad. Iron Fist would have been better. I loved Iron Fist.
But it's almost like, we screwed up Iron Fist on the small screen, so we're just going to do it on the big screen and call it Shang-Chi.
That's sad. Oh well. Is there any other Marvel movies coming out this year? I don't even know. Or is that it for Marvel?
Eternals, I think, is coming out for Thanksgiving.
I've never seen anything about it.
You haven't seen the trailer?
No. Is it bad? Does it look bad? You sighed.
Well, the thing is, the word bad is not the right thing. It's just not interesting.
Like the Batman trailer.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, it's so boring. And it's like, you're supposed to get me excited about seeing this movie, and they show a little bit of the Batmobile. Ooh. I don't care. They showed a little bit of all the steals we've seen of Robert Patterson, before they showed those. Good. We've seen that before. Him without his it's him without his hat and the little black masking on his eyes.
I saw that picture.
Oh yeah, now you get to see the clip.
Oh.
Where he looks up and they take the picture and stuff. And then the picture of him in a suit. You see that you saw that leaked a long time ago. They said, okay, well those have been leaks. Let's go ahead and put that in there too. Let's put nothing new. Let's let no one know what's going on. I'm sure if you read online and all the details, you can kind of know what the story is. But the thing is, though, just looking at the trailer, you'd be going, all right, okay. There's nothing there. Okay. And Robert Patterson's Batman has been around for, if I saw this trailer right, 20 years? Now he's been Batman, and Robert Patterson looks 20 years old.
But he's not.
I mean, I know he's not. He's probably in his late 30s?
He's younger than me, which means he would have been a very young Batman if he's been around for 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I've been doing this for 20 years. I was like, doing what? Yeah. Playing Robin? I mean,
Ben Affleck's Batman could have got away with that line.
Now that would be interesting. What if this is Robin, grown up now in a world where he's now Batman?
And maybe they could do that twist. Maybe
there's that twist there that he's been Robin, and that's what he's talking about this whole time. They never call him Bruce Wayne.
That would actually Sell me.
Now that's if we called this, that'd be great. I'd love that actually.
Yeah, put a bookmark here.
yeah. Oh, but the thing is though, he just and the thing is, there's nothing against Robert Patterson. I want to see how he does, but he does look incredibly young. I don't know. I mean, I know he's not young, but he looks young.
He's younger than us.
You know what I'm saying?
And if somebody my age could barely have been Batman for 20 years.
I want to make a controversial statement, but I like Ben Affleck. I thought it was better than Christian Bale.
No, he was a great Batman.
I thought it was better than Christian Bale. I really thought
he was a better comic book Batman than
he was
Christian
a better
Bale.
comic book Batman. I know he had to play the older Dark Knight Batman.
I mean, it's fine. He was great.
I never had a problem with Batflack or whatever they call him. I never had a problem with him.
He was the best part of the bad movies. He was the best part of the bad movies.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, you know what? I will add that Jeremy Irons as Alfred was good too.
He was good.
I enjoyed that
but
too.
Jeremy Irons is always good.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons is always good, so you can't really say he was bad at anything. Yeah, he could have been Batman for crying out loud. I would have been like, okay, I'm out of it. Yeah, so it's So I don't. But
we might come back to this episode and like, hey, we called it.
We called it. I'm not saying I'm not gonna, not see the Batman. Of course, it's Batman, but he just doesn't look the part. Now, many people said that about Michael Keaton. I didn't, because I didn't know. But people our age were probably saying that about Michael Keaton. How could a comedy guy be serious?
And I will go into anything without all the extra baggage that people bring into the expectations of what they
Yeah.
And I will give it its due and judge it on what it is.
Fair share. Yeah, fair due. Yeah, I would too. But Megan will argue that she still loves Michael Keaton. He could play Batman forever. She'd be fine with that.
She can go watch the new Flash and be happy.
The new Flash, is that what he's is he in the he is in the Flash movie.
He's gonna be in something. He's doing something. Well, that'll be fun to see him, because I'll be honest, he's the Vulture to me now, and he's the best Spider-Man villain ever in the movies. With one of the worst Spider-Man villains.
One of the worst Spider-Man, but I'm serious, ever since Tobey Maguire and all the way up to now, he is the best.
Yeah.
He has been the best by far. William Dafoe did a great Green Goblin. It's too bad they made him look like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger villain. But it's still not as good as Vulture. Vulture even made sense. You were I know. My brother says it's the first time you've ever understood that they're not evil. You don't see Vulture as evil at all.
And the name fits what they're doing. They're going. You're picking off the dead pieces of what was left behind.
That was great. And Mysterio, my wife was a big fan of Mysterio. I'm glad they put Mysterio in there. Yeah, but it's Mysterio. Mysterio has never been that, epic. There's been some good ones though. Sandman, I should say, very underrated.
Yeah.
Saw that movie again. I was like, wow, Sandman is fantastic in this.
Sandman was good.
He's fantastic, and I know Raimi just wanted Sandman, right? He didn't want to do Venom.
He didn't want to do Venom.
Okay, he didn't want to do Venom, but they forced him to. But the thing is, though, you could tell his love was in Sandman, the creation of Sandman, and it would have been. I think if that was just the third one, I think people wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who cast Topher Grace as Venom?
And also,
he did it on
purpose. Stop and think about it. All the stuff, the Spider-Man parts people complain about were the Spider-Man parts that relate to Venom.
That's true. Well, Topher Grace was not a good Venom. He wasn't a good Eddie Brock. He was terrible. And I think, I maybe think Sam Raimi did this on purpose. Said, okay, I'm going to make sure fans gripe about Venom so I can go, what happened? The studio approved Topher Grace. Oh, no. And I bet he knew this guy sucks. He's going to be terrible as Venom, so let's cast him. And the studio's all for this. This is going to be great because they're going to take the hit on this, and I'm not. But Sandman, and it kind of, and he did Venom's going to change him. Okay, it'll change him to be like a doofus, because everyone makes fun of him dancing and everything, and stuff. But the thing is, though...
Which only ties in because that was Venom stuff going on and would not have been part of the Sandman
and that's
movie.
why I think he sabotaged the Venom scenes on purpose and fooled the studios like, yes, this is what we like, Venom! And then everyone hated it. But you could tell every time it was Sandman, it felt like a different film when it was Sandman. You could tell he had a real love for that character. So, and that was probably the most underrated character. Some of the worst characters... sadly, we're all in the Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield ones. Electro was horrible. Rhino is not really. You see him, but he's not. I don't really count him. And then Lizard, the lizard,
it's okay.
Is okay, but not forgettable. I mean,
the thing is,
forgettable.
That's the lizard character. It fit for what the character is.
The thing that bothers me though, I think Andrew Garfield was the best Peter Parker.
Oh yeah, he was. I think
he was by far.
He was really good. He just wasn't in the best movies.
He was just really good, and I thought Gwen Stacy. I never can remember this actress's name. Emma Stone. Got it. Bravo for me. I thought she was great.
Yeah,
she's better than any Mary Jane. And by the way, this Mary Jane, they gave her nothing to do. Nothing. And she's in high school. Oh, geez. I mean, everyone has to get younger, right?
I will say this.
Aunt May is hot smoking Aunt May. And the first movie, second movie, she was
we
played
do know
by,
what happened in the comic books between her and Dr. Octopus. Now you wonder why Dr. Octopus is back.
Yeah. May looking a lot younger. This is good.
Like, hey, remember those story arcs, Marvel?
Though,
remember those story arcs?
That actor looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look that much older.
He doesn't look. I mean, and the thing is that's helping him out is Doc Ock wears the glasses, which is going to help him out. But the thing is, though, overall, he looks pretty good.
I'm looking forward to see what they do with that.
And I know that was just the teaser one, and I know they're going to show more crossover and stuff later on to get you more pumped to see. By the time the last trailer's out, we'll know who's all in it. Just about. They'll save one last surprise.
Now they say the other two Spider-Man actors are not going to be in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Fingers
debate,
crossed
but
that they're lying.
I think they are lying. I think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield has vehemently denied. He's like Peter. If that cock crows 3 times tomorrow morning, he's going to look around going, sorry. But he's been vehemently denied. He's the guy, I know you want me in there. I want to be a part of it, but they didn't ask me. I'm telling you, they did not ask me. But that means he's in it. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's speculating. But either way, I would love to see him again because I think he got the raw deal. I think he got the worst writers ever. And I think he had a great supporting cast. But then I think we talked about this when we talked about Spider-Man, but when Dennis Leary dies at the first movie and he's staring down Peter, and Peter's guilty conscience is what it is.
Yeah.
And they carry that to the second movie. Well, after Gwen Stacy dies, which that was good, but where's Dennis Leary? Dennis Leary should be looking at him like angry. And this should be the part where Peter Parker takes off his costume, throws it in the trash, and that's how the second movie should have ended. Because that would have been just the heartbreak and everything. And to see Dennis Leary's ghost, right? Because he saw him at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. Why not say, this is an I told you moment? You don't have to see Gwen Stacy anymore.
They were cramming too much into that second movie.
They crammed
way too much. That was the thing is, those movies are actually watchable. Because there is so much good in them, but at the same time, it's all studio interference. It's all studio interference, and you can see that.
Electro is done horribly. Spider-Man, don't you know me? You don't remember me? I hate you, Spider-Man. Wait, what just happened? What is that the twist you're going to go with? And then how did he get turned into Electro? Hold on. I just saw Batman 1989, and Joker fell into this vat and became the Joker. So, electric eels. I mean, seriously, it felt like a storyline plucked right out of 1989.
And the thing is, I'm fine if you do it well. You can do silly origins like that if you do it well, in the right way, in the right movie.
Well, you've got to have the whole. I mean, if you want to do silly origins, the thing is, you look at silly origins. I go with Batman Returns every time. Tim Burton, I have no problem with the rubber ducky scene. I have no problem with penguins strapped with missiles on their chest because he did it right. He made it a mythical, it's almost like a little fantasy dystopian world, and you bought into all of this silly because that's what it was. The first movie set that with the Joker and everything. Yeah. And the thing is, though, that world, I believe the kooky and insane, and that makes sense. And honestly, still today, everyone's now going for the realistic Batman. But Tim Burton is what Batman needs because Gotham City is a fantasy world. It really is. It's a fantasy world of a 1950s Chicago / New York City, crime era-esque era with the cheesy ads and stuff like that where the cheesy characters can enjoy themselves. And they can do this. They can do this well, but they don't. Ever since Christopher Nolan came in and just screwed everything up by making him serious.
Which I'm fine with, too.
Well, Joker saying, why so serious? I'm like, for real, Joker. That was the worst thing about those movies was Christian Bale. I didn't like that at all. I'm not going to get into Batman here. But anyway. All right. So, anything else? Did you see any? You know, you haven't seen. I keep asking this dude if he's seen any trailers, and he hasn't. No. It's sad that I'm the one watching trailers.
Saw a Venom trailer. Let There Be Carnage.
Oh, you know what? I never saw that one. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Go see Shang-Chi and you'll see it.
There you go. All right, folks. So go see Shang-Chi. If I see it, I'll give my thoughts next time on Princes of the Universe.